Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Hanson here. So, we are going to read our first story that goes along with the lessons that we are doing this week, and it is called A Tiger Grows Up. So, what do you guys think that our story is going to be about? You can see we have our mother tiger here, I think, probably, and then we have, looks like, two baby tigers. So, first, I'm going to go over some vocabulary that we're going to be talking about. The first word is blend. When we hear the word blend, it says be similar in appearance or match. So the sentence that goes along with that, their stripes blend in with the colors of the forest. So that means that they kind of almost match and they don't stick out or they're not bright colors. Our next word is cub, which is a baby tiger. So these little guys are called cubs. And deep in the forest, a tiny tiger cub is born. Our next word is den, which is a shelter or resting place for wild animals. So that's where they live, is in a den. Their mother watches over them in the den. Our next word is pounces, which is jumps on and grabs. So the little cubs might be pouncing. She quickly pounces on an unsuspecting deer. That means they jump up and grab it. Next word is pray. Do you guys know what pray means? Not praying like we do in church, a different kind of pray. So this prey is animals that other animals hunt and eat. So remember we talked about different animals eating other animals. That's their prey. So the sentence is the tigress slowly stalks her prey. So she's going really slow and quiet, and then she's going to pounce on her prey and eat it. And our last word is scraps, pieces that are left over. So if you have scraps, they're called pieces of leftover. And this is the sentence. The tigress brings her cubs meat scraps. So there's little pieces of meat for the tigers to eat because that's what they eat. They eat other animals. So looking at our story, it says a tiger grows up. What do you guys think it's going to be about? You're probably right. It's probably going to be about one of these little guys or maybe both of them growing up and growing up to big tigers. So the type of story that a tiger grows up is an informational text. So we're going to learn about baby tigers and about tigers, and we're going to learn more about them. So this is a nonfiction story, and we're going to learn information that will help us know and learn more about tigers growing up. All right, so right here it says, welcome to the world of wild animals. Follow a Bengal tiger cub as she grows up in India. So India is a different country. From playing in the river to hunting in tall grass, this young tiger quickly learns to live on her own. So let's see. So we're going to learn about one of the little Bengal tigers. Bengal tiger is a type of tiger that we're going to read about. Deep in the forest, a tiny tiger cub is born. She is much smaller than you were as a baby. The tiger cub the tiger cub has a new brother and sister too. Oh, so there's another one. See, there's 3 baby cubs right here. The 3 cubs are helpless, and their mother watches over them in the den. So then down here it has a little fact. A mother tiger is called a tigress. A baby tiger is called a cub, which we already talked about that. But so when you're helpless, what does that mean? Think about, has any of you guys had brothers or sisters when they're helpless, they can't do anything for themselves. So these tigers, they can't feed themselves, they can't clean themselves. They need their mom or somebody to help them with everything, just like a real newborn baby. At first, all the cub can do is drink milk and sleep. She can't even open her eyes. So baby animals can't even open their eyes yet. So they're always closed, so they can't even see. They're not like human babies. When human babies are born, they have their eyes open, and they might not be able to see the greatest, but they still have them open. So baby animals, like cats and dogs, they normally have their eyes open for at least maybe about a week or 2. We'll see if we learn more about that too. Her mother must hunt for food. The tigress hides her cubs in the shadows when she leaves. Their stripes blend in with the colors of the forest. Remember, we talked about blending, so you can't really see them that well because they kind of match the colors of the forest and the grass. Down here it says, tigers have orange, black, brown, and white stripes. Each tiger has a unique pattern of stripes. So unique means that only they have a pattern of stripes like that. So no two tigers are alike because every tiger has a different kind of set of stripes or pattern. So see, we're learning lots of new things about tigers. So this is the type of information you might learn that we didn't know before. Let's see what else we're going to learn about. At just 1 week old, the tiger cub tries to stand up. Crash! Uh-oh, she falls down. But she gets up and tries again. She'll learn soon enough. Young cubs, so down here it says young cubs eat and sleep most of the day. They sleep under the trees or in their den. Since the cubs can't walk, the tigress moves them by holding the scruff of their neck. So see how she has a hold of the baby tiger or the cub by the back of its neck. So she holds that skin, which is called the scruff. The skin on the cub's neck is loose, so it doesn't hurt. Okay, let's see what else we're going to learn. On the prowl, the cub is now 3 months old and can walk. And look, its eyes are open. The tigress brings her cubs meat scraps. The cubs chew the meat with their baby teeth. A tiger cub drinks milk from her mother for about 5 months. So down here it says tigers are mammals. They drink milk from their mother. As they grow older, they become meat eaters or carnivores. So mammals, we are mammals too. So we drink mother's milk. There's dogs, cats, bunnies. Normally, typically, any type of animal that has fur. Sometimes not, because like dolphins are mammals too. But animals that are mammals will drink milk from their mother. So how old is this baby tiger? Do you guys remember? 3 months old. So our baby tiger is getting bigger and able to walk and able to see. And they're actually eating meat scraps, not just drinking milk from their mom, even though they still are drinking milk. Oops. At 6 months old, it's time for the cub's first hunting lesson. The tigress takes the cubs with her on a hunt. They hide in the grass and watch. So down here it says, tigers can see in the dark. They hunt at dusk or early in the morning. So dusk is like when it's still kind of light out, but it's starting to get dark. And then early in the morning, the sun's starting to come up, so it's starting to get a little bit lighter, but it's still kind of dark. The tiger slowly stalks her prey. Remember, the prey is the animal that she's going to probably eat right here so she can feed herself and her cubs. She hides in the shadow as it comes near. She quickly pounces on an unsuspecting deer. So she's going to eat that deer for her prey and give it to her family. In the morning, the tiger cub plays in the river. Splash! The tiger cub catches a fish and eats it. She is learning how to hunt on her own. Remember, she's about 6 months now, so now she's learning to hunt on her own and catching her own fish and eating those meat scraps that her mom is getting her. So then down here it says tigers are one of the few cats that like water. I know my cats that I have at home do not like water at all. They like to drink it, but they do not like to get wet or anything like that. So you can see that the cub is starting to hunt. Look out! The cubs are now strong enough and fast enough to catch animals by themselves. So down here it says, a tiger drags its prey to a safe place to eat. One deer can feed a tiger for 5 to 6 days. So you can see now our tiger cubs are pretty grown up and they're strong enough and they can probably get their own deer and other different kinds of animals besides just fish and relying on their mom to get them their food and then she just gives them scraps. So that deer can feed them for 5 or 6 days. So that's a long time for that animal will last so that they're able to eat because that's what they eat since they're carnivores, they eat meat. Tiger cubs stay with their mother until they are about 2 years old. Young tigers often live together after they leave their mother. Soon they will each go off and find their own territories. So territories would be different parts of the land or wherever they live. So then they might start their own family there. So then down here it says, several female tigers may live within a male tiger's territory, but male tigers do not share their territory with other males. So male tigers will be separate and they won't have their own territory. So, or they'll have their own territory, but they won't share. So they'll have their own place where they will have their families and live and probably catch their prey and then make a den and then have cubs. At 4 years old, the young female tiger is ready to mate and have a family. In her den, the tigress gives birth to 3 baby cubs, just like her mother did for her. The tigress feeds her cubs and keeps them safe. A new family has started in the forest. And then down here, it says females are ready to mate at 3 or 4 years old. Males are ready to mate at 4 or 5 years old. So when they get old enough, they can have babies. And this one had babies, 3 babies, just like her mom. So since they're newborns, what are they eating? They're only drinking milk and sleeping. They're not eating the meat scraps or anything yet since they're still newborn babies or baby cubs. So here we have a diagram and it shows us the different parts of the animal. Here we have the ears and we have the eyes, the feet, and the fur. And then here's our map. So here we live about right about here. This is where we live in Ohio and Sylvania, about in this area right here in North America. So all the way over here is India, where the Bengal tigers live that we talked about. And it says there are 5 subspecies of tigers. They live across Asia. The tigers in this book, the Bengal tigers, live in India. So Asia is this big country right here, and this is where India is inside of Asia. So I hope you guys like that story. I'll keep it on this so you guys can look at the tiger a little bit more. So that was our informational text. So we were able to learn a lot more about when Bengal tigers are first born, from when they grow up, and what they eat, and how they get their food. So, and where they live. So we were able to learn a lot more things about tigers and about them growing up. So like I said, that was an informational text. And if we made our prediction at the beginning, a tiger grows up, that's probably about a baby tiger growing up. So we were right. It was about a baby tiger growing up and then having her own babies and then starting her own family. And remember, it said around 4 years old is when they start that they can have babies. So I hope you guys like that story. I thought it was really cute. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And please let me know if you guys have any questions. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.